Guys, this is just a quick little video to talk to you about a product that I use and well I'm about to use, and I guess give you some tips if you're doing the same things I am. And I'm talking to you about coloured hair because clearly I have long coloured hair. It actually reaches my butt and I don't pay I don't pay anyone to do it actually. I do it at home. I've taught my partner how to bleach it and then how to dye it, and I use Directions hair dye. I've tried Alpha Puff and I've tried Manic Panic and stuff like that, and for me and my hair, Directions works really well. It stays in longer, it holds the colour really nicely. It just works for me. So my partner bleaches my hair and then colours it with the Directions, and it takes about, I think, maybe 4 bottles of the little Directions tubs to do my entire head. The last time we did my hair was maybe 3 weeks ago. We bleached from about here to here, took out the purple that had been at the top of my hair and put the green back through it, which of course, you know, this actually looks a lot more blue to me these days than it did green, but I actually like the colour of it, so I'm not particularly concerned that it's not green per se. One of the problems of colouring your hair is that basically instead of your hair follicles staying completely straight, you will actually get breaks in those hair follicles, just so like where your finger joints are is where your hair can break, and it can actually be visible along a strand of hair. You can see there's little breaks along there, and that's basically sulfur hydrogen bonds breaking and trying to get something that will then put them back together so that your hair regains its health and the way it looks and everything else. So when you pay somebody to do it, they use a certain product within the hair dye that is basically like a it's a bonding agent. So basically you put that in with your colour. It doesn't dilute the colour or anything like that, but it chemically changes the hair colour so that it doesn't actually cause those breakages in the first place. Now that's not 100% accurate all the time. Everybody's hair is different, so they have those products that they put in the hair dye, and then usually if it is a product that salon is using, they will send you home with a product like this. So basically I'm talking about the Olaplex range. So Olaplex 1 and 2 are the ones that your salon uses when they put it in with your hair dye to make sure that your hair doesn't break in the first place, and then they send you home with number 3, which is basically a hair perfector, which is supposed to continue keeping your hair from breaking. So I also, because I do it at home, I don't have access to 1 and 2 because I am not a salon. So they're also really expensive. I think for 1 and 2 alone you're talking about $500 ish. But I guess with that you're getting a much larger product, and it is a professional product, and it is meant to be used multiple times on different clients and things like that. And there aren't very many people who go in there with butt length hair and ask for it to be a colour. It's usually people with much shorter hair, much less hair, who are looking to have colours done in the first place. So although I don't have access to those, I learnt about this system, and I haven't used it yet, but knowing that I have those breaks in my hair and being able to see them meant that I really wanted to do something about it as soon as I could. So I bought the number 3 so that it says it repairs and strengthens all hair types, and basically you use it once a week. Depending on how damaged your hair is, you can use it 2 or 3 times. Basically, you put it in your hair that's slightly wet, leave it for 10 minutes, and then shampoo and condition as normal. I'm going to use that, but instead of ordinary shampoo and conditioner, I have picked up Olaplex number 4 and Olaplex number 5. So basically this is bond maintenance shampoo and conditioner, and what they are supposed to do is continue keeping those bonds together so that your cuticles all stay nice and straight and your hair is healthier, and it keeps that bond in there for the length of your color. So after having a look on the Olaplex site, basically you are supposed to start with the treatment to rebuild the hair and all of that sort of stuff, which is the 1 and 2, and then send your client home with 3, and then I've gone and gotten 4 and 5. And basically what they're saying is those bonds that have been broken can be repaired, and that, you know, if you're using these products and your bonds have bonded properly and there's no more breaks in your hair, that, you know, that's permanent until your hair is, for example, brushed when wet. That can cause breakages within your hair, and I guess applying anything chemical to it. So basically the next time that I color my hair, I could be recreating those bonds, those breaks, sorry. So basically they're saying, yes, it can be fixed, but it needs to be something that you do on a semi-regular basis in order for those things to not happen or not to continue to happen. So I'm going to give them a go. And I bought mine from the Ethan Thomas collection. Just Google it, you'll find them. They sell them as a trio. They are expensive. I think the trio is around $140. But if you saw how much hair fall I have, and how many breakages I have, and I've started to get some split ends recently because I dyed my hair a bit too often. I bleached it a couple of times last time and I wanted it really blonde, so we did, I think, 3 bleaches in one day and then coloured. And it's not recommended that once you've bleached your hair to colour it straight away, because your hair's pores, let's say, are open, which means that when you put the colour in there, it will suck all the colour in and you'll have to use twice as much hair colour as you normally would. But that's what we did because I was going away and I was really impatient. But, you know, I want to fix that. And Ethan Thomas is having a giveaway sale type thing at the moment, where if you order over a certain amount, you get a free gift. I got the Scalp to Hair Revitalized Thickening Shampoo. So basically it's about using it on chemically treated hair to make your hair follicles thick and retain shine and be healthier as well. So I will be adding some of that to my Olaplex as I do it, because I have so much hair. I'm going to not just be using just this. I will be mixing it into some ordinary shampoo and conditioner that I add a little bit of tea tree oil to combat dry scalp and itchiness from dandruff. I guess I'm telling you about this stuff so that if you have coloured hair, you know that there's something out there that can help you. And I didn't have $150. I afterpaid these, so there is afterpay, and I think there was another place that had Zip as well. Because paying it off for me is a lot easier than just forking out $150 on my hair when that's not how much my hair costs to dye in the first place. But if I walked into a salon and asked somebody to colour my hair, I would walk out with a $600 bill. So for me, I get my directions at $15 or less, and I use 4 of them, so that's $60, and I probably spend maybe $25 on bleaching stuff, but not every time, every now and then. So it's considerably cheaper for me to do it at home, but it does mean that right now we ran out of dye, so I have a bit that is a slightly different colour, which now that I have new dye I can actually fix, but it's okay. I have a friend who is a colorist, and he said, honey, if you are doing it at home, it means one less person's hair that I have to deal with. So you'd be surprised that hairdressers aren't going to be bitchy at you because you're not paying someone to do your hair. They're generally like, okay, if you want to do it at home and save yourself $500 and however much dollars, that's fine, but they will tell you the products you should be using in order to give your hair the best chance it has for you to be able to continue dyeing and bleaching and sort of destroying it. I also have leave-in conditioner that I got from the Ethan Thomas collection as well, which smells like milkshake and it's divine, and that really helped with making my hair look a lot better, whereas this stuff is going to help it physically be better. So if you're out there and you're dyeing things and bleaching things, just be aware that there are products out there for you to maintain the health of your hair, and yes, they may be expensive, but it's absolutely worth it for me to be able to use those products and have my hair considerably healthier than it is right now, than it is to just continue dyeing it and then one day have all my hair fall out because I've bleached it too hard, which I see happening one day because I do like it really, 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 really white before actually doing it. So you can see this is 3 weeks of regrowth, and because we coloured it straight after bleaching it, there are some sort of more blonde bits, and that's because I needed to have waited longer before applying colour to the bleach, and so at the base of your roots it doesn't hold the colour as well as it does everywhere else. So that's something that I need to really stop doing and give it time between being bleached and being coloured so that I don't end up with those little blondie leftover bits. But I will be colouring again soon so that everything is all proper and together. I just didn't have time because I went on holidays. But hopefully this reaches you and you realise that there is stuff that you can do for your hair and to keep it healthy and lovely, and that way one day it will be beautiful in the eyes of salons and you and your friends and everybody else. Because for me, I'm kind of a bit hair vain. I love my hair and it's really good hair, and I feel like in the last almost 2 years that I've been colouring it that I have abused it. So these are my attempts at rectifying that abuse. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and leave me a comment. Tell me if there's other products that you use that I don't know about that are cheaper or that actually work. Let me know.